Hi people, welcome back to my YouTube. It's your girl Honey, and I'm filming from my phone because I can't be asked to get the whole setup of the camera and the lighting. I'm too tired. So right now we are in Mercury retrograde. Mercury's in Pisces, okay? And I thought I'd start off my 12th house series by starting off by talking about Mercury natally in the 12th house. I'm a Mercury natal 12th house person, so this is basically down to experience as well. So 12th house is the original house of Pisces, and Pisces rules Neptune. 12th house is your unconsciousness, escapism, solitude. It's the house of hidden enemies, okay? This is the house of your psyche. Past life comes through this house as well. This is a very, very karmic house, all right? So Mercury is ruled by Virgo and exalted in Gemini. And Mercury is your communications, how you process information, and it's your logic. So when you think about Mercury, Mercury is a very fast moving planet. People who've got their Mercury natally in Virgo or Gemini communicate quite well, okay? And they are very good at learning things, picking things up. For someone like me who's got a slow ass Mercury in Taurus and also my Mercury being in my 12th house, I've got to work twice as hard to learn things, to pick things up, you know? So I look at my Mercury being a blessing and also a lesson. I'm not going to say curse, but more so a lesson. 12th house Mercury struggles because the 12th house is the original house of Pisces that rules Neptune, and Neptune is fantasy, okay? So when you think of Neptune and Mercury, Neptune's fantasy and an escapist planet. So Neptune in aspect to Mercury almost escapes the logic of Mercury's purpose. So when you have this energy in your 12th house, honey, Mercury in your 12th house, you come across as an escapist in your mind. And how this works, right, how people are going to look at you is your speech is going to be different. Now, I don't communicate very well at all. I have a lisp, okay, and the lisp is fucking irritating. It's annoying. I even trip over my words sometimes as well. What's the other thing? I tend to forget my train of thought a lot. And I'll be sitting there thinking, oh, what's that word again? Oh, I forgot the fucking word. What the fuck is that word again? And it's because my mind is going off on one. It's traveling. This is the house of travels as well. Ninth house is the house of distant lands, you know, traveling abroad. 12th house can also be traveling abroad, but it can also mean traveling in the mind. 12th house Mercury is a very, very good place for somebody who wants to get into psychology. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm studying psychology and counselling, funnily enough. And depending on what Mercury you have, my Mercury's in Taurus. And Taurus is very slow and sensual with the voice, very gentle and hypnotizing, honey, because, you know, Mercury or Taurus is Venus, so it's gentle, and that's what people fucking say, but it's fucking weird. But that's very good with hypnosis, okay? And Mercury can also be what we can do in regards to our work. Work can be found through 10th house, 6th house, Mars even, Mercury. The communication or the expression of your moon will be your fulfillment. Jupiter is how you can gain money, and Venus is also how you can gain money as well. So there's lots of different things you can look at in regards to how you can make money or work through your charts, okay? So Mercury in this house, because this is the house of karma, when Mercury is positioned here, it means in your previous life, there was too much of this going on. Too much talking, okay? I'm also 12th house sun. So what's happened, I believe, in my past life, me being, because Aries rules my 12th house. Look at your 12th house, okay? And look to see what sign falls into that house. Because I've only got a little bit of Aries in there. Then I've got lots of Taurus. I've got the whole Taurus in there, the whole 30-degree Taurus. And I've got just half of Gemini. So my 12th house and 6th house axes are massive, very, very big. So with my Sun and my Mercury being in there, I come from an environment where I was dying, or I died through battle, through war, through fighting, defense, for having Aries in there and my Sun's in there. So I was fighting for something or for someone and I died, okay? So Mercury in there showing me, okay, you was doing too much talking. You know, you spoke too much and you didn't listen enough. So your karmic lessons here with Mercury being in here is for you to listen more than you speak. So anything in the 12th house is seen as suppressed energy, okay? It's all suppressed energy. So Mercury being in here, I can't communicate and get my point across the way other people can. And I have to have a platform where my Mercury can express itself, i.e. videos, YouTube. People will speak over you when Mercury is in this house. And as an Aries, my pride, I'm not happy about that. So sometimes I have to shout to get my point across so people can hear me. Because the 12th house is the house of misunderstandings, misunderstood, you're also going to experience consistent misunderstandings with people. Now, because my Mercury is in Taurus, Taurus represents simplicity. So I can communicate and say things as basic as hell. The vocab is simple. And that's no disrespect or anything. People get offended when I say that. I don't know why. It's not a bad thing. But I communicate very simple. And something that I say, people don't listen to what's been said. It's let me think about it in my head and process it, especially if someone's Mercury is retrograding. I'm going to process it differently, then respond back to her. And I'm like, that's not what I said, honey. I didn't say that. That's not what I said. That's not what I meant. You're taking it wrong. Consistent misunderstandings, which is where we got to do a lot of learning to communicate on other people's level so we don't have as much misunderstandings happening. Another thing you've got to deal with as well is we escape into our mind. So we may appear as though you're a bit of a dopes, you're a dunce, you're this. Nah, honey, I'm not stupid. What it is I'm reading what you're not saying, okay? It makes you extremely intuitive, okay? Extremely. And this is the thing, because this is the 12th house, this is the house of your ancestors, this is the house of your karmic debt, this is the house of your past life. Mercury is supposed to receive messages. We're supposed to receive messages. And these messages get delivered through pictures, through dreams. This is the house of sleeping, the house of dreams. Depending on the sign will depend on how it's coming across. So with me having Mercury in Taurus, I'm going to get pictures in my head. Okay, I'm going to imagine things because Taurus represents creativity, simplicity. So I'm going to get pictures of things in my head. And the whole purpose of this is to make my unconsciousness conscious. This is the whole point of 12th house energy, of Mercury being positioned in here, is that a lot of the communication is happening inside your head. But you've got to work on how you can be heard, because you ain't heard in the 12th house. And I always say 12th house is about getting out of it. So how do you get out of it? What do? I do YouTube. I do readings. Your Mercury is suppressed, so you can't really talk how you want to. So you've got to listen, and people need to learn, okay? Because people need to learn. People need to learn that you are going to give them the advice that you need. And the advice comes from your psyche. Messages that you are supposed to decode, honey. And that's how it kind of works through 12th house energy. It's all about decoding the messages that's coming through and trying hard, your hardest, not to look stupid when people, it's like, you right, honey? Yeah. But you're sitting there thinking about something else. like the way they said, are you all right, honey? Like, are they saying it in a particular way? Especially look and see how your Mercury is an aspect as well. You know, I've got Mercury in aspect to Pluto. So everything that people say and do is suspect to me. Okay? I'm looking to see if that person's, you know, their body language out of pocket. Like, what's going on? Like, are they agitated or something? Like, I'm looking to see everything. Anything that's not being said, I'm reading it. So never let people tell you that your Mercury ain't great being in the 12th house, okay? Because you have the advantage of seeing things other people can't see or process. You have that advantage, but you just got to figure it out. That's it. And how you figure it out is by talking to yourself. 12th house people talk to themselves a lot. And how you do that is by awakening the unconsciousness. And also meditation helps tremendously, because meditation allows you to escape into your unconsciousness. So make your unconsciousness conscious, honey. Peace.